WJBD Salem Centralia.
From the depths of radio nothingness comes Radio Nowhere. This is Radio Nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? This is Radio Nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? WJBD is proud to permit Radio Nowhere.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
And welcome back. It is Radio Nowhere.
Welcome to Old Time Tenny Radio.
Welcome to Old Time Tenny Radio. Fire up the gramophone.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, Steve, then you said you were going to fix the way it sounded, and you didn't fix it. So,
Well, yeah, I thought it was fixed.
well, obviously it wasn't.
I'll have to
Thought
continue
again.
to work on that.
So I'm going to sit here and crackle while we talk to make it sound like old-timey radio.
Dumb.
That does not sound like
It doesn't, no.
old-timey
It
radio.
sounds nothing like that. I don't know what I was doing there.
That sounds like someone getting stabbed to death.
All right, so we're back.
It's Matt Donahoe.
Steve Stein.
Matt Tackett.
And this is Radio Nowhere, the Band-Aid of WJBD. When nothing else can go on, it's us.
When all else fails, we are the backup.
When all else fails, we fail slightly less.
We're the B team.
Not even the B team. We heard at the top of the hour, Toad the Wet Sprocket, Something Is Always Wrong.
Strangely not by my request.
Yeah, Tackett's a big Toad fan, and Steve's like, hey, can we play Toad the Wet Sprocket?
I like Toad.
Yeah. And then a band
I thought
that...
you were goading me at first.
I did
No,
too, actually.
no,
I thought he
no.
was like, can we play Toad? And it's like, yeah. A band that I have just discovered today, and I meant to make you guys listen to this a little bit closer. We were talking about a couple things. It's a band called King Tough, and it was explained to me, before I listened to the promo disc of it, explained to me by the record store guy, that he said, well, basically it sounds like T-Rex, from the 70s, T-Rex.
As opposed to
as
the
opposed to
dinosaur?
Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's
Well,
like,
yeah.
"Roar!" He's like, it sounds like if T-Rex had watched too many horror movies from the 80s.
I have to ask, is there really such thing as a record store guy nowadays?
Yeah, I was in St. Louis. There's a place called Vintage Vinyl
Okay. Well,
That-
they're kind of like...
that sells records, Steve,
Well,
and he
I
was a guy
I
that
understand,
worked
but
there.
there
and it
are a
was
lot of
stored.
listeners
And it
out
was a
there that
store.
probably don't even... have never even had a record.
Well, what do you think? I'm making that up then?
Yeah, I think you
For the
just-
purpose of this story, I met a record store guy today, and he recommended this.
And then there was a dinosaur.
You know, it's funny you even say that because we passed a chain store, like one of the chain record store or chain.
As opposed to
Not
a
a-
store that sells a chain.
Yeah.
No, like one of the chain stores, and it was in St. Louis. And I'm not going to name it because it's not one of the good ones. But there was a banner on the side of it, and it said, "For the record, we sell vinyl." So even in a chain store, they are actually coming back.
Well,
Records.
That's something.
So yeah. So Steve, I think you have been properly put in your place here
I doubt it, but whatever.
about record store guys. In fact, I talked to several
Okay.
record store guys. Anyway, they recommended King Tough. Said it was T-Rex mixed with a guy, or if T-Rex had watched too many 80s horror movies. And the whole CD's pretty good. Listened to it about twice now, since this afternoon.
Okay.
So that's where we are.
So I want to talk about something exciting.
Okay, and I've got a couple things too, but you fire it off, Steve.
I just would like to point out, and you and I had talked earlier in the week about the fact that finally the WJBD Radio Nowhere Facebook page is starting to take flight.
It is.
We are getting several new likes a week, and
I couldn't figure out what happened.
well, I added WJBD like in the title of it, and I think that maybe people are just liking it, thinking they're liking the WJBD page. Maybe that's all it is. But
Classic misdirection.
Yeah, are you keeping a track of the people who then de-like it
no,
afterward? How many likes are we up to?
I want to say we're approaching 70. Let me
70?
let me see if I can bring it up real quick and give you a definitive answer. on
Okay. Which, by the way, if you're listening now and you have not liked us, please head to
77.
Thanks, Steve. Please head to Facebook and search for WJBD Radio Nowhere and like us. So, Steve, how many?
77 likes.
And I was just typing in, keeping our track list up to date, and guess what show number this is?
77.
77.
No.
Bum.
It's show number 60.
Wow, that went nowhere fast.
Wow.
No. Well, here's why. Here's the point I'm making. We have made just slightly over
One fan a week.
One fan a week.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
I guess so. So at this rate, after
I
2
would
years,
just like to point out,
we
though,
will have 100 fans.
In the last 2 weeks, I think we have gained like 20, which I think that's big.
Well, it is, but you have to wonder, do they know what they're liking? I guess.
Well, yeah, you got a point.
And hopefully so.
We hope they.
Well, I'll put this out there.
We hope they know what they're liking, and that they're liking
What they know.
us of what they know.
And I would love for people to comment on our page and just tell us, hey, we listen, we enjoy it, or even though at the end of the show we tell you if you don't like what you heard, not to tell anybody. I mean, just a little feedback. Let us know you listen.
And are you saying that if they hate us, to go ahead and comment on that?
Yeah, sure. But I'm thinking if they hate us, they probably wouldn't have liked our Facebook page.
I don't know.
I mean, I could be wrong.
I think you are.
Don't you ever follow something on Facebook or online that you hate?
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
I don't really either.
You know what I mean? Like you follow something for that. I'm assuming this is why people still pay attention to the Kardashians.
Like,
it's like
can't
they
stay
don't-
or turn away from the burning car.
Exactly, that kind of thing. Nobody. I mean, you guys don't have anything online you check?
No, I don't know that I do.
Oh, there's a website, and I don't even want to give it any kind of publicity, but it's like a geeky website, and it is so. I mean, it attracts movies and TV show, like geek stuff though, so like the Avengers stuff or like the Flash TV show we were talking about off the air, and I hate this website so much. I hate that it exists.
But yet you have to look at
Oh, I check it every day.
it. See, that's just dumb on your part.
Steve, it is. You know what? You are totally right. I am not going to fight you on this. I hate it. And the bad part is I could get that information from any number of more reputable websites, and I hate that every day I hit it, and I'm just like, I hate this stupid website.
Well, admitting it is the first step.
I guess so. I guess it is. So I've made my first step. I'm not going to check that website anymore.
Congratulations.
So we've got some more topics to talk about, but Steve, I do want to thank you for plugging our Facebook site.
So, real quick, if people liked us before we were WJBD Radio Nowhere, do they still like us?
Oh yeah. They still love us now.
No. That's not the point he's making.
No. Did we start a new page, or is it just the same page?
It's the same page. I just changed the title. I just added.
And so, if you
WJBD
already
in front of it.
liked us when we were before,
you're still good.
like Carrie's.
You're grandfathered in.
Well, are you sure?
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
Well, okay. So what you're saying is, if I was a fan of the page, which by the way I'm not,
That figures.
and if I was a fan of the page, and then it changed to WJBD Radio Nowhere, would I still be a fan of the page, or would I have to re-like it?
No, you're still like it. Everything's good. Nothing has
So-
nothing has changed other than 4 little letters were added in front of the title.
So then, in the last week,
Actually,
we've
they're
got
capital letters, so they're not little.
Okay.
That
well,
made me think of that song, Four Little Words. Do.
is that a real song, or is
It's
that
a real song.
Thank you for that, whatever that was.
what?
They call me Jay.
Oh, what the Ting Tings?
Yes.
That's not my name.
Yes.
That song. Yeah. So what Tackett is asking is
If today we changed the page to Steve's phone, all those people would be still a
because
fan.
it's not actually changing the page. I'm just
Okay.
changing the title of the page.
But
so.
that also means then, because you said, well, in the last 2 weeks, we've gotten 20 more likes. So
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, only 50 people had bothered to like the Radio Nowhere
that's
page.
actually pretty close.
So we
I
were
think.
right on one a week.
We were right on one a week. So we are So actually, if we look at the
We're
statistics,
hitting our stride now.
We're entering a growth phase. So
Yeah.
if you have some little money to invest, you might take a look at WJBD Radio Nowhere. Because
I think we're going to get some stock out there, aren't we?
I think we're going to go
we're
public.
entering growth phase.
Yes.
We don't have a business model.
Can we go public? Are we getting a model in here?
What?
What? All right. Radio Nowhere on WJBD. I know. What did I do wrong? Tackett. Tackett's been laying into me this whole song. And deservedly so.
Well, I mean, short of some sort of... I mean, I wouldn't have minded if you'd played that if there had been something that, like, hey, they just used this song in a new TV show.
And I've been dying to hear it.
Or you know, hey, it's used on the outro of that one movie about that one girl and the three piglets or whatever. But,
Piglets, that sounds good.
Yeah. That is a good show.
But
That was the Rolling Stones, Under My Thumb.
which is probably a top 10 hit.
Easy. Yeah.
Like,
And our mandate here is kind of trying to play songs you don't usually hear on WJBD or...
versions of a song. If that had been a live version of that song, I'd
Sure.
have been much more.
So one, you have Rolling Stones, arguably one of the top 3 most famous bands in the world.
I would say, you know, undoubtedly top 10. I mean,
yeah.
easy.
And then within that, it's not even a deep cut from one of their albums. It's not even something, and it's like, this is, you know, something from Exile on Main Street. It's like, this one doesn't get a lot of play. This is, yeah, Under My Thumb.
My mom, who doesn't listen to secular music hardly at all, probably would be going like, I think that's the Rolling Stones or the Bee Gees. Like, well,
I have no excuse besides the fact that I was listening to their 40 Licks Greatest Hits in the car. I brought it in, and the bad part is I even told Tackett,
is that the Tootsie Roll album?
yes, the Tootsie Pop album.
Tootsie Pop.
Right. Sorry.
No, the Tootsie Pop album is 3.
1?
2, 3. Oh, let's do weather. Brought to you by John's Biscuit Emporium.
Hello.
Hi there, very good pal of mine. It is so fortuitous that we can have natural and casual conversations about all manner of things. Biscuits even.
Do you mean the nummy, only fresh biscuits of John's Biscuit Emporium?
Yes, dude, those never ever day old biscuits are a fine quality food product for eating. Be confident in those biscuits from John's Biscuit Emporium.
True dat, biscuit eater buddy. But how might I eat such a fine, hot, fresh, only just baked biscuit item?
Verily, you must put the biscuit in your mouths and chew up them. Please heed my unblinking wisdom. You cannot consume biscuits intravenously.
Nor can you eat them with your knee or your ear. And hugging your biscuit is simply not proper, almost uncouth. A pat or a thumbs up, maybe.
I thumb up all the racks when I go there.
Everyone knows where and how to arrive at John's Biscuit Emporium in Salem. Feet, car, bike, scoot on your back. Follow the delicious freshness downtown to John's. Fly to the moon on the delectable wings of a biscuit and never come home.
I know I can go to John's Biscuit Emporium in Salem for fresh biscuit and not nothing else besides.
My confidence in these eaten biscuits abounds.
You magnificent biscuit, I read your book.
For the rest of the morning, we have a 20% chance of showers. What? I'm just waiting for it. Sunday.
Do the weather.
Really? Sunday, a 40% chance of showers with a high of 63. Sunday night, a 40% chance of thunderstorms with a low of 59. Am I getting louder? On Columbus Day, Monday, we have a 100% chance of thunderstorms with a slight chance of a sharknado with a high of 73. Monday night, thunderstorms are likely.
Thunderstorms are likely?
Thunderstorms are likely. 70% chance, actually.
Just a thunderstorm.
Just a thunderstorms.
$54 on the hour.
Not many thunderstorm.
Heavens no.
Just a thunderstorm.
For your low. Tuesday,
I think
40%
you hit a
chance of
low.
rain, 63.
Let's all talk at once.
Tuesday night, 30% chance of showers, low 48. And guess what? Wednesday, a 30% chance
What?
of showers with a high of 63. Looking ahead to the rest of your week, looks like maybe after Wednesday it's going to start drying up and get lovelier. That's your forecast.
So it might be. You're an English major, Matt. Is thunderstorm one of those weird words that the one that sounds singular is actually plural, and the one that sounds plural is actually singular?
Well, just in case any of my students are listening, no, Tackett.
One
Actually,
would hope your students are not listening.
no. Actually, you should say a thunderstorm, many thunderstorms.
But could one area receive many thunderstorms at once? That's
Yes.
more of a meteorology.
It can happen, yes.
Well, you could receive many thunderstorms, but you couldn't receive many thunderstorm.
Today we received
Or
many a
a-
thunderstormeth.
Stormeth.
Many a
Many a.
thunderstormeth.
So now it's like ye old weather forecast. Mm-hmm. Hear ye. And now
Hark, here comes cloudeth.
the weather crier, Stephen Stein.
Clouds.
Go, do it in ye old English, Steve.
Hark,
Nah.
dice evening.
No. Do it.
Did you just ruin everything?
No, I want you to do it.
Hark, thy thunderstormeth, thou cometh towardeth with droppeth, O reigneth.
Just one droppeth?
You
Must be
might-
pretty big droppeth.
D might get all wet.
D might get all wet.
Yes.
What about Denise?
Harketh over there under thy tree,
Run.
yieldeth the branches to stay dry.
That's enough.
Hi.
You ruined it, Steve.
You did. You ruined everything.
Good job producing.
Japan Droids, Darkness on the Edge of Gastown there. Before that, the Smithereens, Time Won't Let Me. Quick, name the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that they used Time Won't Let Me by the Smithereens in.
Time Cop.
Very good. Steve, I am genuinely impressed. I am not mocking you at all.
I figure Jean-Claude Van Damme, time being, I'm thinking, well, it's got to be time.
That's exactly it.
Wow.
Wow. I'm impressed.
I don't know. I could have named 3 Jean-Claude Van Damme movies that quickly.
It was the speed, not just that you got it. It was the speed at which you
Bonus
picked up
question.
on it. Okay.
Who was the female actress in that movie, and what other movie was she known for?
It's Mia Sara from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Very good.
Right, Mia Sara?
Yes.
Yeah. So, there. You like
Ding,
that?
ding, ding, ding,
you want to
ding.
sit here and do Time Cop trivia back and forth?
I think he probably done it.
Yeah,
all.
I'm at my limit.
I think we're there.
I think, what year did it come out?
I'm going to guess 94.
I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. That is actually more than I thought I would be discussing Time Cop tonight. Or Jean-Claude Van Damme, for that matter.
Yes.
So, hopefully you've learned a little bit. What do we hear? Cars, Just What I Needed, and Ice Cube with Bop Gun, One Nation.
Featuring George Clinton.
Featuring George Clinton, you're right.
The Atomic Dog.
The Atomic Dog, yes. Getting funky.
Which I always meant to bring this up earlier. There's a on radio, like ads,
Sure.
like for John's Biscuits and stuff like that. And
Sure.
There are certain people who refer to themselves as like Matt, the best DJ Donahoe, or the.
I don't refer to myself as that.
I mean,
Nobody should ever.
Well, no.
I mean, all my fans do, but I don't.
all your fan.
Your fan.
All my fan? Yep. Go
But
ahead.
I was just thinking, what if everyone had some sort of middle nickname,
Like title? Or
title that started with the. So like everyone in the world, like, oh, is that Bob Smith? No, that's Bob.
Walking down the street, Smith.
No, it's got to have the in
The.
it. Like
The Pythagoras guy, Smith.
the Pythagoras theorem guy.
Hey, real quick, we're
No,
talking.
whoa! Tackett got hopped up on caffeine somewhere between midnight and now because he's
Apparently.
jumping topics. Because I was going to comment on the nickname thing, and you're already jumping onto something else, and you didn't even let me finish the songs before you were jumping onto the nickname.
No, we did.
And then you're jumping into the Pythagorean theorem. I still want to go by the Steve, what name would you like with the in the middle?
Steve
the blank Stein.
The
Oh,
noble
now
gas.
it's the. It's not the. It's
Okay, the Steve the blank Stein.
thought-provoking.
Not what I would have guessed. Steve the thought-provoking Stein.
You know what I'm really miffed about this week?
No, we can't do that, Steve. We have. This is not. This is not short attention span theater.
This is really important.
It's not. I want you to just cool your jets, and I'm going to make this transition here. I'm going to say, Tackett, what would you like your the nickname to be?
I don't know. I didn't have anything for it. I just was wondering what a weird world it would be if you had 6 billion people who are all the something or other.
Okay, so I'm going to, from now on, I'm going to call you Matt the Tangent Tackett. The Tangent Tackett. And since I am the one holding it together, I'm going to go ahead and keep Matt the best DJ in the world, Donahoe.
So since we're talking about tangents now, can I talk about my thing?
Not yet,
I'm
because
miffed.
Tackett started to go off on a tangent. Tackett, what was your tangent?
So the video I was telling you about we were talking off air about a video of a locomotive, railroad locomotives hitting a crane. One of the things that happened was they had a car of argon gas rupture.
Ooh, not good.
Well, no, argon's okay. It's just it's a noble gas, and that got me. Actually, we were talking about that the other night, my wife and I, about noble gases and what made them noble, and we couldn't come up with all of them.
What does make a gas a noble gas?
In atomic structure of a atom, you have rings of electrons.
Okay.
And so the outer ring of a noble gas has the maximum possible electrons it could have.
So it can't absorb another one and become unstable.
I
correct?
guess.
Yeah.
So you've got like helium, argon,
Okay.
neon. Radon's actually a noble gas too.
So
there's like 7 of them.
Are all the ons noble, neon, argon? Is
Yeah,
that
and there's a
You're gone.
there's a sci-fi sounding one too. I can't remember what it is. It's like Sauron, but not really.
Solomon?
So what's your tangent? there,
so?
Steve?
And again, let me go back to something you were talking about earlier when we were talking about proper grammar. Now, hopefully, if any of my students are listening, they've also learned something for their chemistry class as well about noble gases, and there will be a quiz.
There will be a quiz on Monday.
Are you ready for my
in
tangent?
English class? What makes a noble gas?
What makes a noble gas? Well, you should listen to. If you don't know, you should have been listening to my radio show at midnights on Saturday.
And they're going to go, I don't know. I think something about Steve Stein.
The Steve Stein. The thought-provoking Steve
yes.
Stein. And, Steve, you are miffed about something.
Yes.
Well,
Have
it's
you read-
going to have to wait
No, we
because
can't.
we are out of time. We are getting ready to wrap things up. Tackett,
I didn't even hear.
Tackett, will you wrap up our show? Tell us what the song we're about to hear and why we're going to hear it.
Oh, so Funky and I, week before last on Friday, went and saw Pearl Jam at St. Louis, and Funky's big comment of the night was, they never played Yellow Lead better. So I figured we ought to.
And this is the live version
That we did not hear.
that you did not hear. How was the concert?
Oh, very good.
Good.
3 hours of Pearl Jam is about the right amount.
Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap things up for us then.
If you liked what you heard,
Tell a friend.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Do that again. If you like what you heard,
Tell a friend.
and if you didn't like what you heard,
Don't tell anybody ever. And like our Facebook page.
oh, wait, hold on. I'll turn that back on for that. Say it again.
And like our Facebook page.
Yeah, like our Facebook page.
the WJBDradio.com.
WJBD Salem Centralia.
This has been an I Love Raisins production.